Hello and welcome to the UW Stevens Point Men's Volleyball Showdown here at the Berg Gym in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. The Pointers are set to take on Maranatha Baptist University SaberCats in this out-of-conference battle. You're tuned into Pointer Athletics on YouTube. I'm Brett McNamara, and alongside me is my color commentator, Cole Schneider. Cole, how are we feeling about the matchup today against the struggling SaberCats squad?
I don't think it's going to be a very pretty matchup, Brett. I mean, looking at the SaberCats last couple of seasons, they went defeated last year, 0-23, and right now they're on pace for another defeated season. They're 0-11 right now, and they only have 4 guys over 6 foot compared to Point with several more players over 6 feet. So we'll see how this matchup plays out, but I don't think it's going to be pretty, Brett. It'll be a quick match.
Yes, for sure. And yeah, like you said, the SaberCats are coming off, a couple of struggling losses, and this season's not been looking pretty for them, so we'll see if they can turn it around here. And Point last weekend wins their UWSP Invitational. They sweep Viterbo 3-0, 3-0, and in their second match they beat Concordia University of Chicago 3-1, and all convincing wins. I was there for the game against Viterbo with Liam Stats, and this UWSP men's volleyball team is looking really good. As it looks like the SaberCats are going to start with it here. Here's a hit, spike. And an early point here for the Pointers comes from Ethan Yetzer. 1-0 Pointers, as it looks like he'll be, can't tell the number there. SaberCats now have it.
This is a different starting squad from Sunday, if I remember correctly. Hunter Dressen was starting, and he's not in there, and he led the Pointers in points by a long shot last Sunday.
I'm sure we will see him today, Cole. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, definitely going to see a lot of players play today for the Pointers. Pointers have it now. Here's a spike. And shot home by number 4, Isaiah Johnson, for the SaberCats. They have the 2-1 early lead here, so good job here from them.
I don't think there's a designated libero position here for the SaberCats.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that pregame, as the Pointers do have their one. Speaking of their libero, number 4, Mason Polinsky. Couldn't corral that one, as Marantha's taking a little lead here to start.
I thought it was 2-1.
It was 2-1. They just scored.
I don't know. Must have missed a set.
Great job there from number 15, Ethan Yetzer. He's got 2 kills already to start this game.
A lot of out-of-state players, too, here for Maranatha.
As Yetzer will hit outside the box there, as we're going to see an early sub here. Yetzer coming out. It'll be number 10, Armando Espinoza, coming in.
Just the power of these Pointers here is just unmatchable to the SaberCats.
Yeah, I know. The SaberCats hit it up there. It went all the way up to the ceiling. They got it over, but it was unfortunately outside the line, as it looks like Palmer is going to hit this one away. So the Pointers get the point there, as they have tied it up here 4 apiece. Here's Palmer again.
Caleb Palmer didn't play a whole lot last Sunday, if I remember correctly, as he sends that one over the back line for a point for the SaberCats. I don't know what's going on with this Point team right now, Brett.
Yeah, they're really struggling against, not a terrific Marantha squad, but great job here from Marantha early. And a great kill there from number 33, Ben Feld.
One of the many freshmen on this Pointers team. This is an extremely young team. There's only one or two seniors on this Pointer squad, Brett.
Well, this is only their second or third year in existence. And surprisingly, newer teams, they're not, as good as you think they would be, but they were really good last year. And to go along with that, the men's soccer team just came along this year, and they were pretty decent as well.
This is the only UW school with a men's volleyball team. Other schools have club teams, but no varsity sports for them for volleyball.
Great job here going back and forth from each team. Pointers have it now as they hit it into their own net. As Maranatha has been taking the lead here early, 6-5.
This is where you hear the fundamentals chant in high school, but I mean, that was just a clear miscommunication between number 12, Gabriel Legalbo, and number 24, Owen Anderson.
As the Pointers gain the point right back, and we are tied once again, as it looks like Ethan Yetzer is subbing right back in for Amado Espinoza. So it'll be
a good block there by number 12, Gabriel Legalbo. He didn't play a whole lot Sunday either. Excuse me.
And Gabriel Legalbo is 6'5", so he stands a big presence up there again. As they're gonna give.
So he gets the other block, another block.
As there's a little bit of confusion here.
I don't think that's confusion. I think the ref doesn't want the players to chirp.
Yeah, the ref.
Something about talking back to the ref?
Yeah, they were talking to the ref earlier before the game started, I noticed, and the ref was not liking that whatsoever. But Maranatha has the advantage so far, as that looks like it almost went out of bounds, but it will be a Pointers point.
Yeah,
and
about the talking back to the refs, I mean, point was like that on Sunday. The refs didn't really care, but clearly today the refs do care, and I think that's safe to say.
Well,
it's one thing if you're good, but you also have to have respect for the refs.
For sure, and that's definitely a thing you notice is that between men's and women's volleyball, the women's team do not tend to argue with the refs as much as the men's do. As that'll be Palmer spiking it home for the point. As UW-Stevens Point is starting to run away with it a little bit here. They take a 2-point lead, 9-7.
And it's been quite a few unanswered points here for the Pointers as well.
As here come the Pointers as they get another one here.
I heard the SaberCats bench yell out, and he just didn't hear him in time, and he ended up touching it, and it went out of bounds.
Maranatha got to get it over there. Finally does. Here come the Pointers now. Spike. And it'll be Pointers point. Just got in there once again. So Pointers are starting to run away with it a little bit more here.
I don't know how many straight serves this has been for Gabriel Legalbo here.
He's been serving it pretty good. As Palmer strikes it right back. I was not expecting that one. And the Pointers take a 5-point lead here.
Caleb Getz did not know what to do there. He saw it coming and kind of just braced for impact.
Well, I was totally expecting Palmer to hit it back, as there's going to be a timeout here from Maranatha. And, yeah, they were sticking with the Pointers. They took a lead a little bit, but now the Pointers are finally starting to run away with it. They have a 12-7 lead. First timeout of the night for Maranatha, as yeah, the women's basketball team is dancing, Cole.
They are dancing, Brett, and I'm really looking forward to that. I hope they win tomorrow. Great season. They were lucky enough to get into the March tournament, and we'll see if they can beat a pretty good
Wartburg College.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in the round of 64, I believe that's round of 64 if there's 64 teams in it. Not sure how it is at a D3 level, but, yeah, they will be playing tomorrow, or is it tonight?
Tomorrow,
yep, in Gustavus Adolphus College. And if you've been with us for a little bit, the Pointers football team did play Gustavus Adolphus College here in Stevens Point. As we're going to get back underway here, as Logalbo hits it into the net. So the lucky streak of getting it over ends here as Maranatha gets a lucky point. It'll be Isaiah Johnson coming back in for the SaberCats.
Caleb Palmer and Gabriel Logalbo are points leaders. Caleb Palmer with 4 points and Gabriel Logalbo with 3 as number 15, Ethan Yetzer, spikes that one into the net.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions here of the Pointers hitting it into the net. As it's Tyler Bellrichard in away now. And that is way out of bounds there for the SaberCats. Pointers finally get a point back as we're going to see number 1, Josh Brogan, coming in, the senior from Elkhorn, Wisconsin. And also coming in is Ben Feld, the freshman out of Franklin.
Josh Brogan is the only senior on this Pointers squad, along with a junior, Kyle Smith. The only 2 upperclassmen on this team.
Those are the guys you look up to, definitely, as Feld tried to catch the SaberCats off guard there, but hit it onto his side as the SaberCats get to 10 finally. It's 13-10. Pointers still have the lead.
This is not what I was expecting from this Pointers squad, especially the way they played Sunday. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, struggling early here as Feld gets a hold of that one. This time he gets over the net. Great job there from Getz as it's spiked home from Yetzer on the kill. And that's his 3rd kill of the day so far. As the Pointers have it a lead 14-10 now. Yetzer hits it away. Here's the SaberCats now as that no. The Pointers get the point, just goes out of bounds there.
The ref had a better view on that one than the flag girl over there.
For sure, yeah, Getz looked like he almost got that one in there on the spike, but goes out of bounds, and it'll be Yetzer hitting it away here for the Pointers. Hits it across.
That was a
wow
rocket of a serve there by Ethan Yetzer. Wow.
And how soon, just did not see that one coming. As Yetzer hits this one again. This time into the net. As the Pointers still have a 5-point lead as Armando Espinoza comes right back in for Yetzer. So we've seen Espinoza sub in before.
Not a lot of subs here either. Mainly just 1 or 2 guys coming up for the Pointers at a time.
Well, the SaberCats only have 3 players on their bench. And
compared
all of them
to Point's
already.
Line of just a straight line of subs.
For sure, as the Pointers get the point there. As the libero Mason Polinsky comes out. Pointers team getting a little bit loud here. Palmer hits this one away. SaberCats now on their last hit. Gets it over. Palmer retrieves it. SaberCats keep it in bounds. They got to get over. They do. Great job there from Espinoza to get that one. As this time, Raquel Patadar gets it over.
Raquel Patadar had a really good showing last Sunday coming off the bench for the Pointers, and he's clearly keeping that up today.
Yeah, he hit it over the last 2 possessions there for the Pointers as Palmer hits this one over. Way up in the air. SaberCats all the way into the stands.
What a booming spike, but just no control there by number 4, Isaiah Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson hit that one all the way over to the students as they got a little bit jumpy over there. I would be too, Caleb. As that one also goes into the stands. And the Pointers hit the 20 mark. They're up 20-11 now. Palmer has been heading these last few ones away, as he'll hit this one away as well. SaberCats collect it. And the pointers hit the 21 mark.
Number 6, Caleb Getz just couldn't get off the ground there. I don't know.
And Palmer's been very excellent so far serving this one.
That serve might have gone out if it wasn't touched.
Gotta get it over, and they don't. As the Pointers are really running away with this one now. They have an 11-point lead as the SaberCats are going to call their second timeout of the set. So great job here from the Pointers so far after, kind of a back-and-forth game. Cole, what do you think the Pointers need to do to finish this one off?
If they keep this momentum, they're going to win all their three sets easily without any competition from the SaberCats. I thought that this would be a closer match given the beginning of it, with the SaberCats tied with them like 9-9 at the beginning of the match.
Well, Maranatha, they actually haven't won a game, and like you said earlier, Cole, they haven't won a set all year, so they're looking to do that today. So far, it's not looking like they're going to win this one, as the Pointers do have a 22-11 lead. But speaking of the Pointers, they are 15-6 overall. They haven't started conference play, not WIAC play, conference play quite yet. But yeah, they are on a 4-game winning streak coming into this one.
And yeah, going back to them not winning a set, they only won 2 sets last year after a defeated season from the SaberCats. That's not a good sight to see if you're a men's volleyball team.
For sure, as the bench here for the Pointers is getting a little rowdy now, as they're only 3 points away from winning this set. Here's Palmer now. It's across and it goes into the stands, and that's the 3rd time in the last few possessions here for Maranatha. It goes into the stands once again. So the Pointers take a 23-11 lead. 2 points away now as Palmer will hit it away once again. All the way up in the air. SaberCats collect it, hits it over. Espinoza retrieves it. As that one will
just
go right
barely
over,
hits the line.
It in, and then once again, it's Rick Hill-Patadar, as they are now 1 point away from taking this set. 24-11 now. Here's Palmer trying to end this one. SaberCats. And a violation from the Pointers. Not sure what kind of violation that was.
I think it was a line violation. The Pointers defense crossed the line trying to block that.
Ah, I see. So SaberCats finally get a point after not being able to get one in the last few. Hits it over now. Here's Feld now. Couldn't quite hit the floor there as SaberCats hit it right back over. Here's the Pointers now trying to end it. And they do.
Very convincing win after a very slow start from the Pointers in the first set.
Yeah, it wasn't looking pretty to start. It was going back and forth. The SaberCats took a little bit of a lead, as now the teams will switch sides. 25-12, the end of that first set there from between the Pointers and the SaberCats. So hopefully the SaberCats can turn it around here in the second set.
And here's some point leaders. Point leader right now for the Pointers is Caleb Palmer with 6, Gabriel Galba with 4, Ethan Yetzer with 4, and Owen Anderson, Raquel Patadar, and Ben Feld all with 2 points. So a very united effort by the Pointer squad. And for the Maranatha Baptist, Isaiah Johnson, Ian Kermit, and lead them with 2.5 and 2 points each, and 1 point from Troy Jones and half a point from Josiah Scott. So not a very good effort by the...
Yeah, a lot of their points came from struggles from the Pointer squad. And speaking of the Pointer squad, they will play Loras College in Dubuque, Iowa on Wednesday, so that'll be their next match. That'll be on March 12th. As that is quite a drive here from UW Stevens Point. And then after that one, they will be in the Viterbo try, which they will face Olivet Nazarene University. Both games will be played in La Crosse, Wisconsin, as they will also play Viterbo University. And surprisingly, I'm kind of surprised by this, Cole. This season's been going on since January 18th, and it ends March 28th already.
That is kind of hard to believe. We only started broadcasting volleyball games, I think last Sunday was the first one with me and Liam. The reason why we didn't really do that is because basketball season was still going on in full swing, so.
For sure, and speaking about the men's basketball, they did fall short against UW Platteville in UW Platteville in the second round of the WIAC tournament, as they lost 83-73. But in good news, Malik Abdul-Wahid did get honorable mention for all WIAC team.
And props to Josiah Butler for getting first team all WIAC as a sophomore.
Yes, and Josiah Butler, like you said, did get all first team WIAC as a sophomore. So this Pointers men's basketball team is very young, and there's a lot of hope from this team. You know, they have Tyshawn Teague Johnson, like you said, Josiah Butler, Cal Crone, still very young. They only lose 2 seniors in Darius Bolden and Malik Abdul-Wahid. Yeah, very young.
Very bright future for the Pointers basketball team, men's basketball team. So I'm looking forward to next year when they have more experience.
For sure, as the WIAC, they saw a little bit of it this year with them coming off the bench, especially Carter Combs. He's a really key piece to that Pointer squad, being the 6th man. So we'll see if they turn around next year, as we are going to get set number 2 underway here. There's a little bit of confusion here between the ref and the Pointer squad, as it looks like some of the players a little bit confusion, as we're going to see Michael Przybylski coming in for the Pointers when originally he was on the bench, as we got a new libero. It is Amado Espinoza, so Espinoza takes the libero spot. As it will be Josh Brogan to start off here in set number 2. And we are off. As Sabercats just get it, as Palmer hits it right over. Sabercats retrieve, and a point here for the Pointers. So it looks like a violation from the Sabercats. A little bit confusion there.
Double touch there for the Sabercats. Another fundamentals part of the game.
Yes, Josiah Scott from the senior out of Rochelle, Illinois. Looked like he double touched it there. The refs will talk this one over, and they will confirm it. And it'll be Pointers 1-0. Oh, they did take the point off. Sorry for the confusion there. It's the Pointers from Palmer get
right
the
back.
Yep.
They get the point right back by Caleb Palmer, as he's adding to his already really good game so far.
For sure, and by the time that scoreboard changed to 0-0, is right back to 1-0. Brogan will hit it over, and it'll go right into the net. 1-1 now, as we're going to see number 2, Aaron Joyner Habiger coming in. Pointers now. Hits it right across. Habiger retrieves it, though. As
just a clear miscommunication there by number 6 and number 12, Caleb Getz and Tyler Belrichard.
Yeah, he had the chance to hit that one and keep it in play, but couldn't get that one to go. So the Pointers now take a 2-1 lead here in set number 2. If you're just joining us, the Pointers did take the first set, as the volleyball goes into the stands for the 4th time already in the last 2 sets.
Mostly off of ricochets from the Sabercats players, because the spikes are coming in so hard from the Pointer side.
For sure. SaberCats struggling to get it over. They got to get it over, and that will be too many touches here from the SaberCats squad as the Pointers continuing what they did in the first set, and that's running away with it. 4-1 now. Pointers have the lead.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about the SaberCats squad, Brett. I mean, they're just outmatched in every facet of the game right now.
Speaking of the SaberCats, as they get the point there, Isaiah Johnson, he's been kind of their star player so far. He's a freshman out of Columbus, Indiana, standing at 6'3", as we're going to see.
Tallest player by far on this SaberCats squad as well.
For sure. So here's the SaberCats in this one across. Pointers collect it. Hits it over. SaberCats now got to get it over. They do. Collected by the libero. Spike. And they just get it in. It looks like it hit the line. And it'll be Pointers point 5-2 now here in the second set. So a great job here from this Pointers squad, continuing what they did in that first set, and that was taking over this game. But a little bit different start here towards the start of this as Palmer, he had kind of that run in that first set as the spiker.
That spike goes clearly out of bounds by number 4, Isaiah Johnson. He has a lot of power behind that spiking arm.
For sure, yeah, he's been their star so far. As here's Palmer now with the serve. As Palmer's day as a server is not quite done, but it will be done here in this set as he will sub out now for the libero, Espinoza. Speaking of Johnson, hits it over, collected by Johnson. As the SaberCats
that was a
it over.
knuckleball of a spike there. That took a weird spin and dropped right down for the point.
Well, Getz, I've kind of noticed he isn't the most powerful spiker, but he does the job, and he gets the point there for the SaberCats as Johnson hits it into the net there. Pointers regain the point after the spike. As Anderson will sub in for the Pointers, and number 17, McCarty, will come in for the SaberCats, in for Isaiah Johnson. Pointers now with the ball. It's going to be number 19, Alex Kimball. Hits it over. Collected by the SaberCats. Got to get it over. They do. Espinoza now to Politsky. And that will stay in for the Pointers. That's Rick Hill Patadar with his third kill already in the last two sets. Pointers have an 8-4 lead. As here's Kimball now with the serve. And speaking of Patadar, back-to-back kills there for the Pointers from Patadar.
Pointer squad starting to run away with it like you said earlier, and it's just going to become more and more ugly for this SaberCat squad.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying what they're doing here. The SaberCats got to get it over. They do. That's from Bell Richard. Pointers now spiked but blocked, but the Pointers still get the point from Gabrielle Logalbo. Pointers are the first team to hit the 10 mark here in the second set. Here's the serve, and that one will, in fact, go out of bounds as Maranatha gets back on the board, cutting the lead in half to 5 now. As it will be Troy Jones coming in for Habegger. Serve from Getz, as that one will go out of bounds. 11-5 now, Pointers. Getzer will come back in here for the Pointers. It will be Patadar serving it. Across the net it goes. Spike and blocked by Gabrielle Logalbo as the Pointers have a touchdown lead. 12-5 now. Patadar hits it over. Spiked by Troy Jones. Back over by Anderson. Here's Patadar with kind of a punch.
One thing I'm kind of surprised about, Brett, is the star freshman Hudson Dressen has not been in yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing that the Pointers are sticking with a little bit of their bench players here, maybe to get them some playing time before conference play begins. As Troy Jones hits that one over, as that one will go out of bounds. So 14-5 now. Pointers have the lead here in the second set. Patadar hits it over. Here's Jones now, as they'll get the point here. And now it's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Lead for the Pointers.
I think you're still in football mode, Brett. I don't know what's going on right now.
I'm ready for football. The UFLs will be starting soon, so that'll be fun to watch. As Anderson hits it over, as that one will go out of bounds. Pointers 15-6 lead. As Palmer, star player so far for the Pointers, will come back in for the Libero Espinoza. Bilo Galbo serving it. And Troy Jones couldn't get a hand of that one. So it'll be 16-6 lead here for.
That'll be an ace for Gabriel Legalbo as SaberCats take another timeout.
Their third timeout of the game. The Pointers have not used any of theirs.
And with good reason. I mean, they have control, and they've controlled the entire game so far, Brett.
Yeah, the Pointers have really ran away with it the last two sets. You know, that first set started off a little bit sluggish and came out kind of flat. Maranatha had a little bit of a lead, and then they kind of ran away with it. The Pointers did, and now they've been, you know, continuing with that here in the second set. But Maranatha talking it over now.
What do you think Maranatha has to do to try and get back into it? I don't think it's possible, but
I think it's really just the fundamentals between, you know, the squad. They're just kind of, you know, sluggish and, you know, staying off of what they need to do. So hopefully they can turn it around here, as they still have hope. 16-6 here in this one. And I'm kind of surprised the Pointers are going with their black jerseys, considering Maranatha is wearing their navy blue. So very close color-wise. I know it's a little bit different than basketball when you're passing it to your own teammate, but usually you kind of see a little bit off on the colors here. But
I don't really think it matters in volleyball in a way. That goes into the net by number 14, Troy Jones from Panama City, Florida.
Yeah, a lot of players from all over USA and international.
They have a player from China, Ying Hao Sun.
As the Pointers get another point there, 18-6. As they're getting closer and closer to that 25 mark. It's Liam Robertson serving it, gets it over the net. As it's hit over from Tyler Bellrichard, probably one of their top highlights. Looked like it was going to be another spike there from Troy Jones, but Bellrichard said, nah, I'm taking this one. And smarts out the Pointers as they get back on the board here. It's 7-18 now. As that serve will go into the net. Pointers are going to do a couple substitutions here. Number 1, Josh Brogan will come back in for Owen Anderson, and number 23, Michael Przbilski will come in for number 19, Alex Kimball, as it will be Brogan serving this one for a chance at 20. And a spike there from Isaiah Johnson, but Palmer was there once again doing the Dikembe Mutombo. Get that out of here.
I think he needs to start doing the finger wag, Brad.
I
I think that would be very effective.
A lot of blocks here so far from Palmer as Jones once again will hit this one over. Pointers just barely get to it, but eventually.
Good dig there by Raquel Patadar, but they couldn't get over. Amado Espinoza could not get it over the net.
As it'll be Joyner Habiger serving this one. Gets over the net, collected by Patadar. Palmer faked it. Pointers now gets it over. And that's Kale Bertrand with the spike and the score, hitting that 21 mark. It's 21-8 now for the Pointers as they are 4 points away from the magic number. As this one will go into the stands.
As a Pointer fan tries to spike it back in, but fails miserably.
Yeah, I was ready for him to, make a catch here, unlike Dontavian Wicks for the Packers, but he decided to hit that one back, and it went right into the scores table.
Number 3, Kale Bertrand with the serving error. The serve went straight into the net on that one. A lot of service errors for the Pointers, and other than that, that's been really the main flaw of their game.
Pointers now, as that will be Przybylski with the kill. As subbing in now, it'll be Gabriel Ogalbo for Espinoza. 23-9 now. Pointers had the lead. They won the first set. Palmer back to serving. Palmer gets it. And out of bounds on the spike from Ogalbo as Maranatha finally hits the 10-point mark.
Gabriel Ogalbo trying to catch up with his teammate Caleb Palmer. Both of them have 7 points, but Caleb Palmer's ahead by half a point with 7.5.
Yeah, Palmer's been excellent so far in this one. As speaking of excellence, Isaiah Johnson been the highlight player here for Maranatha. He serves that one away. SaberCats almost 2 players at once hitting it. As that will be Kale Bertrand with the spike right into Isaiah Johnson.
I thought that was a Scott Sterling type play right there.
Wow, that was right into the breadbasket.
I almost thought it hit Isaiah Johnson's face.
I thought so too. It was Johnson just did not see that one coming. And the Pointers now are only 1 point away from taking the set. 24-10 now, 2 touchdown lead. I'm continuing here, Cole, with the football score. As that one will go in the net from Alex Kimball. $11 now here for Maranatha. As it'll be Troy Jones coming back in for the SaberCats. Pointers 1 point away here. Bertrand spiked across here from Ogalbo. Bertrand retrieves it. Back to Ogalbo. And that will be it. Pointers take the set, back-to-back wins.
One more set, and that'll do it for the night, Brett.
Yes, like you said, 1 set away, and the Pointers will be going home with all smiles. So, Cole, what do you think the SaberCats need to talk about here in this intermission between the second and third set?
I don't know what they can do, Brett. They just have been struggling in every facet of this game besides the Pointers' errors.
Yeah, it's been the only reason the Pointers can score, or sorry, the SaberCats can score so far. It's from the Pointers' struggles, and that came a lot from the first set. As we're going to see maybe some new Pointer faces coming in for this third set, being up 2-0 so far.
Here are some point leaders for the Pointers. Gabriel Ogalbo takes a point lead from Caleb Palmer, 8 points to 7.5. Ethan Yetzer has 6. Rakeel Patadar has 5. Owen Anderson with 3. Ben Feld with 2. Cale Bertrand with 3, along with Liam Robertson with 1. So very united effort by the Pointers. And Maranatha only has their top scorers with 3.5 points is Isaiah Johnson, their star player. Caleb Getz with 1. Ian Kermit with 2. Tyler Bellrichard with 1. Troy Jones with 2. And Josiah Scott with half a point as well.
And a guy we haven't seen yet play for the Pointer squad is their leading killer, Hudson Dressen. He has not appeared yet in either of the first 2 sets for the Pointers. As we're finally going to see a libero here for the SaberCats. It's going to be number 2, Aaron Joyner-Habigger. Habigger. As it comes in the 3rd set, so not sure how that works. I'm not too high on volleyball knowledge unless you know something I don't, Cole.
I called my first volleyball game last Sunday, Brett, so I don't have a whole lot of volleyball knowledge either.
Hey, we're learning here together, Cole, and I'm so glad to be here with you. It's, I've broadcasted lots of games. I've been with you for a while now, so glad to be here with you. As we are 2 minutes out from the start of the 3rd set between the Pointers and the SaberCats. Just want to say thank you for joining us here on UW Stevens Point Athletics here on YouTube.
Usually we broadcast for 90 FM, but every now and again we'll be the only broadcaster for UWSP Athletics with no 90 FM.
For sure. So what do you think the Pointers need to do to finally end it and take this 3rd set here, Cole?
I think they have all the momentum, Brett. It's going to be I think this will be a short third set, very short.
And if I'm correct, it only goes to 15, or no, that's for the
for the 5th and final set if it's tied.
I see.
And I highly doubt that will happen.
Hey, you never know.
You do never know, but this SaberCats team is outmatched.
I've witnessed a Pointers volleyball team come back down 2 sets. The Pointers women's volleyball team were down 2-0 against Whitewater, or Oshkosh, one of the 2 teams, and they came back and did ultimately lose it in the 5th and final game. But crazy things have happened in volleyball as we are under a minute here before the start of this 3rd set. As it looks like it will stick to the same players here for the Pointers. And like we mentioned before, the SaberCats only have 9 guys playing for them today. A very small team.
Very small college.
For sure.
Small Baptist University in Milwaukee. Don't get a whole lot of people, especially because there's only 3 players from Wisconsin on this team, on the SaberCats team.
As it will be Mason Polinsky as the libero again here for the Pointers. Pointers have a 2-0 lead in sets here so far, as they have had a great showing here today. And like we were talking about earlier, Cole, they came out struggling, a little bit sluggish in that first couple minutes in that first set, but ever since, I would say probably 5 minutes in, it really just came and took away anything they're trying to do, the Maranatha SaberCats are trying to do.
Have to agree with you, Brett. I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. They're outmatched in every facet of this game, and whenever they score a point, it's usually off of a point error.
So we're going to start this one here. It's going to be Tyler Bellrichard serving this one for the SaberCats. Gets it across, collected by Libro. And that's going to be spiked home by Ethan Yetzer. As the Pointers continue what they have been doing strong, and that's getting it over the net from a spike. It will be number 13, Liam Robertson, serving this one for the Pointers. Johnson fakes the hit. Instead collected by Troy Jones. Here's Palmer. Almost spiked that one, but decided to go with a little light tap, as that one will go out of bounds from Josiah Scott. Pointers now have a 2-0 lead here in this third set. Collected by Tyler Bellrichard, and it'll be Pointers point, 3-0 now. So Maranatha has not got on the board here in this third set. See if they can turn it around. Robertson hits this one away. And it was kind of spiked over from Yetzer. Hit over by Troy Jones. Here's, whoa, out of nowhere. That was Rick Hill Patadar. You thought Palmer was going to hit that one, but he kind of ducked, and Patadar came out of nowhere.
Keel Patadar trying to keep up with Caleb Palmer, Ethan Yetzer, and Gabriel Legalbo.
Yeah, all three having a great game so far. Here's Jones, spikes it. That gets in there, and finally the SaberCats get on the board. It's 4-1 now. As it will be Troy Jones hitting this one away. Collected by Polinsky and hit over by Yetzer, and it was tipped by a SaberCat player, and the Pointers get that point right back. So 5-1 now, Pointers. 20 points away from taking the third set and the game, as that one will go into the net. Served from Ethan Yetzer, as we're going to see a new face, Nate Olson, a freshman out of Franklin. He will come in for Ethan Yetzer.
I do believe this is Nate Olson's first minutes of the game.
I would have to agree with that one, Cole. As speaking of Olson, he retrieves that one. A nice little tap as Rakeel gets that one over, and that one retrieved by Rakeel. As a nice block there from Johnson from the spike from Palmer. So Maranatha crawling their way back. It's 5-3 now. See if they can continue with this streak of scoring. Josiah Scott hits it over. Patadar tried to block it, but it stays in bounds as Patadar gets another kill. And the Pointers are having a great time here. It's all laughs and smiles. And the other side,
they're usually like that. I saw it Sunday. They were laughing and jumping around all the time during the games on Sunday.
Well, that's what you like to see out of a team. You don't like to see, you know, heads down. And SaberCats aren't doing that either. They're still playing their game. They still look like they want to be here too. So both teams are very engaged in this one. It's Patadar.
That one goes out just
out
barely.
Of bounds. Yep. As it's 6-5 now. SaberCats get over. Here's Localbo. As the Pointers take a 7-5 lead, as we're going to see number 19, Alex Kimball, come in along with Ben Feld in for Owen Anderson and Liam Robertson. As it will be the freshman Olson serving it.
Good dig there by number 4, Mason Polinsky.
And a great block there from Patadar. Looks like an easy point there from the SaberCats. But Patadar said, not on my watch. 8-5 now. As Alex Kimball gets the ace there for the Pointers. 9-5 lead now.
A very weak serve by number 19, Alex Kimball. I don't know what happened there, Brett.
Yeah, I'm not sure what did happen there, as Maranatha is now only down by 3, 6-9. As that one will go out of bounds. Pointers take the point and get to 10 now, 10-6. As Ethan Yetzer subs right back in for Nate Olson. Patadar with the serve. SaberCats hit it right out of bounds. That was Ian Kermott. I haven't spoken about him today. He is a freshman out of Beloit, Wisconsin, like you said, out of one of 3 people from Wisconsin on this Maranatha squad, as he does have a brother on this team as well, David Kermott, who is a sophomore. Spikes there from Logalbo. As the
Gabriel
SaberCats
Logalbo starting to get a lead on the point leaders. Ethan Yetzer has 8. Caleb Palmer hasn't scored in a while, and Rakeel Patadar also with 8.
Yeah, great job here from that duo. As the Pointers will get another point here. They're up 12-8 here in this third set. So if you're just joining us, the Pointers took the first set by a big margin. And in the second set, they took that one as well by even a bigger margin. But this one's probably been the closest set out of all 3 so far. SaberCats have been right there with the Pointers. They're only down by 4 here. As Logalbo hits this one right over and right out of bounds. And now it's only a 3-point game.
I don't know what's going on with this Pointer squad. They're starting to become very lazy in their play right now. They're up 2 sets to none. I think they just want to get. They should just get this over with. Don't you agree?
For sure, as they will get the point there on the kill from Ethan Yetzer. Said his name quite a few times, as it's going to be Ben Feld now on the serve. But yeah, like you said, Cole, they've just been kind of lazy this third set. As they get the block there, and another point here for the Pointers, and here they come, Cole. Right off what you said, they're not so lazy anymore. Feld here with the serve once again. 14-9 lead here in this third set. As that will go in the net, and Maranatha will get to the 10 mark now.
That's one thing that Point really needs to work on if they're going into conference play. They really need to work on their serving. They've been very poor in that department of the game.
Yes, they have, and it's just been
a fair amount of Maranatha points has been off of serving errors.
For sure. It's Troy Jones now. Hits it over the net. Right back to Yetzer. Straight and to the ground.
Ethan Yetzer now, the points leading scorer with 10.5 points.
Yeah, great job here from this Pointer squad in this third set, especially in the last couple minutes. Yetzer now will serve it across. Kept in bounds. They got to get it over, and that one will go out of bounds. So the Pointers take a 6-point lead. (16-10) now, 9 points away from 25.
Very awkward serve there as it hits the top of the net.
Speaking of top of the net, that one will also hit the top of the net and go in favor of Maranatha, as now they're only down by 5 now, 11-16. So Maranatha has been playing excellent so far, I would say, compared to the last two sets, as Palmer makes it look too easy.
His first points in a while now. He has 8 points now.
He's been magnificent, and Palmer is 6'6". He's tied with Owen Anderson. Palmer is a sophomore out of Littleton, Colorado.
Don't see that a whole lot. People from Colorado. They're out of state in Wisconsin, but.
Well, especially part of the UW and WIAC schools. Besides Madison, I would say that, yeah, all the D3 WIAC schools are really a lot of kids from Wisconsin, maybe Illinois,
Minnesota as
Depends,
well.
I guess, on where the school is located. But Stevens Point's kind of smack dab right in the middle of Wisconsin, so I guess you could see it from all over, and we definitely see that today from both squads. Pointers during this timeout, they have a lead 17-11. They won the first 2 sets. Maranatha takes the timeout. They have taken 4 timeouts compared to the Pointers 0. And they haven't really had a reason to call a timeout.
No, you're right on that part, Brad. I mean, they don't need to call a timeout if they've been winning this game by a mile.
Well, for sure, and it's been a close third set here, I would say. You know, Marantha's been really right there with them compared to the last 2 sets. But Palmer will serve this one away, because that will go out of bounds. So SaberCats get the point here. It'll be the libero coming back in. That's Mason Polinsky for Caleb Palmer. It'll be Eddie McCarty serving this one. The freshman gets over the net. Pointers now. Here comes the spike, and he just missed it. But it'll still be a Pointers point. Lagalbo looked like he was about to hit that one right into the ground, but it was blocked by a SaberCat player, but then it did go out of bounds on their side. So a point here for the Pointers. Still Alex Kimball serving this one. Pointers now have it. And that one will go out of bounds on the SaberCats side. Rakeel Patadar once again gets the point for the Pointers as they have a 19-12 lead here in this third set. Just gets over the net, saved by a SaberCat. What a spike there from Caleb Getz. As
and
they
a
get
net violation by Rakeel Patadar. Unfortunately, or else that would have been a really good play.
Getz, though, what a spike there. Probably the best of the day from the SaberCats team, as we're going to see number 14, Troy Jones, coming right back in here for Aaron Joyner Habiger. As that one will go out from Getz as Habiger comes right back in for him. 20-13 now, 5 points away here for the Pointers to take the series. Just saved by SaberCats. And that one will go out as well. So 21-13 now.
Slowly but surely, points inching away to the win.
Yes, it's getting closer and closer. Patadar hits this one away. SaberCats get it. Hits it right to the libero. And here's Patadar. Saved by SaberCat. Right back over, and that one will go out of bounds. So 3 points now as number 5, Kyle Smith, wants to come in. He's kind of talking to his coach, the junior out of Waukesha. So they exchanged some laughs, but looks like he won't be coming in this one. And like you said, Caleb, they're itching closer and closer, 2 points away from taking this game. That would move the Pointers to 16 and 6 as the SaberCats get the point there.
We said at the beginning of this game, I don't think it was a surprise that the Pointers are most likely to come away with a clean sweep here.
Yes, like we talked about earlier, the SaberCats have not won a game all season, nor a set. As Fell hits that one over. Jones now, saved by the libero. Patadar, back over, right into the net, and the Pointers are now 1 point away from taking this game and extending the winning streak to 5 now. As we're gonna see a couple subs here from the Pointers. It's gonna be Michael Przbilski and Caleb Palmer coming back in for Legalbo and the libero Mason Polinsky.
As the Pointers bench puts up the one along with the fans.
Miles should put up the one as well here, Cole. Can it be saved here from the SaberCats? Gets it over, Patadar saves it. And I wouldn't be surprised if a spike comes here right into the ground. And the Pointers take this one 25-14 here in the third set. They sweep the Maranatha SaberCats, taking all 3 sets.
What a good all-around game from the Pointers. I mean, they were sloppy in the first and the third sets, but they still came away with very convincing wins in all 3 sets. Leading scorer for the Pointers with Ethan Yetzer with 11.5, with Wakil Patadar right behind with 11. Right behind him was Gabriel Legalbo with 10, and Caleb Palmer with 9. So great all-around performance from those 4 players. In Maranatha Baptist, led by Isaiah Johnson with 5.5 points and Troy Jones with 4.
As Maranatha will move to 0-12 on the season, still haven't collected a set yet. So hopefully their season will turn around after this one. And for the Pointers, they extend the win streak to 5 as they will continue to 16 and 6 now on the season. So a great job here from the Pointers, taking all 3 sets, sweeping the SaberCats. As, like we talked about before, they will be facing Loras College on Wednesday, March 12th in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Brett McNamara. Next to me was Cole Schneider. Cole, you got any last thoughts?
Not tonight, Brett.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for joining us here on UW Stevens Point Athletics.